Pyanodon, King Arthur. Nexala, I'm pointing at you too. You're a part of this mess. All this for one science pack. It's supposed to be, okay, this is Logistic Science Pack. It's supposed to be a yellow inserter and a yellow belt. That's it. Not all this. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Pyanodons playthrough. Yep, true pain. True pain. Alright, so let's go over some things. I'm kind of a busy boy. So I have been trying to piece this together and wrap my mind around it. This has been a couple days. I've been just placing machines. Then I started putting combinators down. Then I'm writing things down on a notepad. I'm like, oh my god. So what it comes down to is for this science pack here, which we're going to work on, obviously, is there's a couple things going to happen here. One is, yeah, there is redundancy here. And I don't mind about redundancy as long as I'm getting something done, right? It's a game. Let's have fun, right? So there's all 6 1/2 dozen of 6 1/2 dozen of the other ways to do this. Say that 20 times. So one of the things is the creatures, you know, and I've been thinking about the creatures, and I more or less think about long term. Short term right now, get it done. Long term, what are we going to do in order to help this process, you know? We're gonna obviously need food and animals, and we're gonna get more animals, more creatures, more stuff like that. And we're gonna want to automate certain things and have them on trains and all that. But some things you want to do locally, you know. For example, like seaweed is one that I look at as kind of a local, local thing, where I'm not going to train seaweed around because it's just one input, one output, right? So if I do something like, you know, that requires seaweed, I think the food or something would require it. You know, I'm not sure exactly what requires. Oh, the seaweed is the agar, I think. Yeah. So for example, agar, you know, when we do agar right here, this requires seaweed. And then we need glassworks, and then we need the petri dishes, right? So I would do this and this, have some steam, and then we could do, you know, the petri dishes, and then the, you know, the glassware and all that together. And then we could also include you know, all of this with maybe this, or we overbuild this whole thing here. Then not only do the petri dishes, but the incubated ones, and then we train that up, you know. That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about for as far as outposting future sense, you know. Lab equipment is probably going to be used in a lot of stuff. We might want to do an outpost of that, have a train zipping around, you know, with maybe, you know, half of a train full of lab equipment, you know. It's not that difficult to make either. It's green circuits and some things. Oh, we got that. Ugh. Okay, rubber. Oh, one of the things I got to mention, I forgot there's a recipe that we unlocked that uses rubber directly for our stoppers. So, but we still need the latex. So it's 2 latex and coal for 4 stoppers, and 1 rubber for 2 stoppers, which requires, I think, 2 latex. So it's balanced out minus the coal, you know. So you get 4 stoppers out of the latex plus coal, and you get 2 stoppers out of just rubber. In it, it's equal. But if you can crank the rubber out, so you can crank latex out and then go right to rubber, and then make your stoppers that way, you know. So that's kind of what I'm going to do, future sense. So some of the other things like, you know, Vrauks and the Augs and the little cotton gut mice, I think these things would probably be something we could, you know, outpost. So we'd have a little animal area of the base, you know, of the rail network, so to speak. And we just do, you know, we create cotton guts. And the cotton guts are used for the science to make I think it's this stuff here, yeah, Saccharos. Now, plasmids is something that we would do probably as an outpost, because we're going to need it for a lot of things. Also, look at this. I looked at the PySciences coming up because there's 4 of these, and it uses the substrate. So we have a build of substrate, and we train that to wherever we need to train it to, wherever we're making our sciences. And yeah, anything else? Urea is something I think we're going to be using for a few things. Flowers, all that kind of stuff. So some things you want to do locally because it makes sense. Now, there's also that concept of less trains is better, so you're better to do locally. Now, the way I'm going to approach the Logistic Science Pack at current is I'm going to have LTN supply the raw materials like the native flora and, maybe, the plates and things like that. Currently, we're still leeching off of our starter base to do this, and that's fine. Once we get the unlocks, then I'm going to do a proper rail network. The starter base is going to go away, as I mentioned. I'm just leeching off of this till we get through the this particular part. Now, what I'm going to do for this thing, I'm going to have TSM bringing the parts that are needed, the plates and whatever else, and the native flora, and maybe the quartz and stuff. And then I'm going to have a little mini LTN network that's going to supply things that are kind of far away from each other within this build. And the LTN network and all that, or the science pack, is going to go up here. I'm going to start here and work this way. And then we're going to have a little mini LTN network up here with a yard or a depot. And the depot is going to, hold our little empty trains, and they're going to dispatch and go get things and deliver and all that. So that's the plan. Oh, you're going to love this. Oh, I added some capacity. And we have 1.2 gigawatts of power. And this thing can run, let me tell you. It's awesome. And I actually I still haven't tested under a really crazy load, but this steam stays in there pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, this thing is awesome. I love this power system now in pYanodons. It's really nice and straightforward, and it works great. Now, what was crazy is I ran the base, and I hooked up the Hub 2.0. We're going to go over that in a second. I had the steam generators, the water to steam generators. Those puppies, man, they go pop, pop, pop. And the power was going literally halfway. It was going up here. So I added more capacity to kind of help shock absorb that a little more. It was fine. I was still in the green. But holy cow, this sucker, man. It was popping. So, and I probably have even more capacity to add to this thing. With the amount of salt water or the pressurized steam that I have in here. So I'm going to keep an eye on this thing. I might have to add more salt water to this. And, I'll have to keep an eye on it because it's kind of an interesting system. And I mean, I got the feedback loop thing and all that crazy stuff. I know how to do all that. So, but there's only so much you could do with the system, and I like to push it and see what breaks, All right. So let's head over to Hub 2.0. And I'll show you how we're going to handle the hubs. And not only that, but the Logistic Science Pack in the interim until we get unlock some better tech. And then we can get better things and do more. Welcome to Hub 2.0, folks. Actually, it's kind of like a 1.1. So, yeah, we have some cursed things going on here. And I know it's probably... this is what you have to do when you're have tech locked behind, some crazy science pack. Logistics. So, we have here a TSM, maximum TSM train caller to one stop. 23 items total can be requested via a requester stop in TSM. And yeah, you can see kind of the downfall of TSM, or I wouldn't say downfall. It's the way it's designed. This is what you have to do. It shines in other ways. So if you want to do a hub in TSM, this is what you have to do. If you're doing these, overhaul mods like this, where You have millions and millions of items. TSM kind of falls over to the wayside. TSM or LTN picks up the slack for this, right? TSM's like a workhorse, man. You set it up, you say, I want 1 train, I want 2, I want 4, I want 8 trains. Boom, 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 boom. As long as you have the ability to supply 8 trains and the rail network to handle all that traffic, TSM, boom, all day. Okay, because it doesn't matter if you lock those, the trains are always going to be used for that one thing because your throughput is so high. Like in vanilla, iron, copper, stone, you know, all those heavy hitting things, green circuits, you know, all that. So, but when it comes to hubs and little pieces, LTN shines now. And the problem, though, if you want to mix them, is now you have to have separate. You have to have a stop for LTN and a stop for TSM. Now, you know, so you can do it. You know, you just have to have a requester stop for TSM, and you'd have to have an LTN stop set up for a provide. You know, and you'd have to stagger them. You know, but you can't put 2 trains in here. You know, you could have 2 trains on this. Okay, so this arithmetic combinator is basically coupling the signals from these 2 cases to the train caller here, this thing here. And I had to use green wire to keep the signals separate from the red wire that I'm using for the LTN combinator and all that jazz. So basically this is just taking the contents of both cases, multiplying by 1, passing it through basically onto that same signal, and then it's provided here. So this is a coupler, you know. Well, it's decoupling the LTN network from the TSM train network, but it's coupling the parts to the logic over here. So, and then because we don't have really high throughput filter inserters, that being stack filters, I have to use the belts to filter out the items and go along and, you know, go to here. So I'm all the way up to this point here, right here, and right here. So I got a couple more items I could fit. What I'm probably going to do is I've got 5 more items I could put in on this stop here. And so these 3 items will go in, and then 2 more, and I'll cut these off here and make it a little easier. So with LTN, what's great about it, and I don't want this to be an LTN tutorial, but I've never used LTN, and I really like this feature, and a lot of people crying about this in their tutorials. Oh, well, you know, I don't know what you use multiple items to a train. Oh, you haven't played pYanodons. Okay, pYanodons is perfect for LTN and mixed stops like this. Perfect. And I was so happy to see that you could do this. So I have this provide stack threshold pretty high here. The provide threshold, I guess you can leave it that way. I could probably knock off a couple zeros, you know, and make it, you know, whatever. But I'm not worried. I guess, you know, the stack threshold is what is making this work. I think the problem is that because this is so high and the stack sizes are varying, like I could go for 200 on this to cover the simple circuit board, and then the stack threshold would be 1, because I only care about having, if there's 1 stack in here, then send the train, you know. But there is some issues with that, and I'm still kind of wrapping my mind around the provide threshold versus the provide stack threshold, and then the output signals being what's being provided by this stop here. So I'm still trying to, you know, get that organized in my head, but eventually I'll get it. So this is what's great about LTN, is you can have multiple items on 1 stop, up to 14. And I really like the LTN combinator because if you'll notice here, there are other signals that are absorbed in the LTN combinator that are not displayed or not here. And you can see that the encode here, I can change the encoding here to anything. Okay, so this is the encoded network ID, and this is how you can keep networks separate. you can change this on the fly. I can change it to 2, 4. It's in binary, I think. Well, it has 5, 6, 7, 8 too. Huh. Now, one of the Lawrence Plays, he has a great tutorial on this. I'll try to remember to link his tutorial in my description in the comments section. If I don't, please remind me if you're interested in seeing a really awesome LTN tutorial video on YouTube here. I'll do that for you. But yeah, he said to use 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, so on and so forth, binary. But from what I can see here, you can, with the LTN combinator, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Now, what's great about this is you can have an LTN network within your LTN network, within your train network, that doesn't interfere with the other one. So you can have a depot with, it would be shift click to change description. It would be like, for example, this is all 1, but you would have another network 2 and another yard with 2 or depot. And then you can send, and then the trains wouldn't, that depot would not interfere with the other the other tasks of the other depot 1 and 2. So that's really powerful. I like that. You can go none in all. Not sure what that does. What's interesting, I suppose I could look at the mod portal and see if there's some instructions on this. Now, what's great is you could do provider and requester. I think, I don't want to change this right now, but I had one that had both on there. I don't know how that happened. But you can actually provide and request with a combinator. So I think what you have to do is you would have to use a combinator, and you would have a provide threshold and a request threshold. So you can set this up with a constant combinator, but you can't do it with an LTN combinator, from what I understand. Now, it's weird. See how it forces you. And that's fine. This LTN combinator is really nice. It's quick. It's easy to set your stuff up and go. The problem, though, is that you won't be able to do this. And I think that's what the power with the combinator is. So one of the things I learned from Tuplex, who's another content creator, or just a Factorio player who puts stuff on the internet like me. Tuplex and Lawrence Plays, both awesome guys. They had this concept here, which is really good, and you need this for multiple items, one stop for a provide. And what this is doing is it's taking the signal from, so if I mouse over this thing, you'll see that the LTN combinator is wired to the front of the arithmetic, and this outputs a negative number, and it also goes to the inserters. So this is what sets the filter on the inserters. You have to manually change this to whitelist and set filters on the inserter. Now the next wire is going from the train stop entity on the LTN stop there, and you have to read train contents. That outputs a positive number, and what that does is you multiply it by -1 to offset the this is a positive. This is a positive number. This is a positive number, and you're changing one of them to negative, so it counts down. The inserters do not act on a negative number, so once the train has everything it needs based on the request, which is coming from here, then you have a train that will load what it needs. What the requester is wanting is what it gets loaded. There is a little bit of a delay. What I've noticed is that it will load more than, let's say I'm requesting 100, like this, and I'm providing 100, as you can see here, 200 for the circuits. It will go over 100. So you have to have locked slots per wagon as a failsafe. And I have 6 here, and every time I add a thing, I increment that. So I have 7 now. So I have to, add a 7th. But here's the thing. It doesn't always come here. Where's the thing? The train doesn't always come here to load every single item. Like green circuits doesn't go to, everything. So in a sense, I'm taking my wagon and I'm limiting it, and I can't go any higher than 6 because there's 20 slots, and I have 7 items here, so that would mean 7, max 7, and like I said, it's not gonna grab every single item. So that's what that's doing, and then I got the wood here for TSM is doing the fueling of the trains, as well as the fuel is going to the level 2 assembly machines, and I have both this case and this case on a green wire, so TSM knows to bring wood for this process over here. I had to do a side load. Well, I didn't want to do a full belt of wood for all this over here. All right, so this system is awesome. We have gearboxes automated. We have shafts automated. We have, oh yeah, brakes. Now, I decided to do this because I didn't want to make ceramic and have to bring it in on the network, because there's only one thing that needs ceramic here, and that's this thing, and it would have taken up a slot on my TSM train controller there, train caller. So one less item means I can bring one more item in, which I would need. We have train wagons automated. We have rail all over here automated, which it was before. We have trains, locomotives automated. Now, they're not on the network, so I can come here and grab trains if I want to. This is so awesome. The next 3 things are, well, one thing that's going to be automated over here, but it's not important right now, is this thing right here, this little mechanical part. But this isn't something I got to do right now, because this is stuff we need for later. I'll hook this up when we're ready for it. And I have 3 slots open here to do that. Couple things that I think there is a way to do a provide and request on the same stop, like I said, and you have to use a constant combinator, not an LTN combinator. And there's a way to control the inserter so it doesn't load when a train is coming here to load, or unload, I mean. So if you have a train coming here to unload, you have to use certain things. And Lawrence Plays goes over this, and I go, oh, okay, you can't do it. The one thing that I cannot find information on, and I was playing with it, and I almost had it working, was partial stacks. So let's take an LTN combinator, and we'll leave everything like this, all that. So what I wanted to do was move only 10 shafts at a time. So instead of stacks, I went to items and I put 10. Now, the problem is that you can see that there is a 0.1 stack. And what the LTN combinator did is it divided the 10 by a stack by 1, and you get 0.1. But the train won't come here unless you have a provide stack threshold of 1, which kind of negates this. So you'll never have a stack, so it's deadlocked. It's like, well, I can't come here because you don't have a stack, but I want you to come here because I want you to put 10 out. Pick 10 up and take it somewhere. Well, no, you don't have a stack. I know, it's not a stack. So you get this, you can't resolve it. I even did this. So you have to set that to 10. You have to set this to 1. You have to, and then, might as well, put 1 train limit there and then all that. So what I did was I took an arithmetic combinator, which I don't have, and I multiplied the signal by 20. But, and the thing is, you have to do something with the inserter, and the other thing is you don't want to do this. You'll notice in the settings, under mod settings, I turned off, zeroed out the timeout. And that is, that can get you in trouble. So if you have that at 120, the default, what happens is a train could leave a station with products and it goes back to the depot, and then now you're contaminating. The way around that is you're contaminating other stations potentially. The way around that is filter inserters on everything. Well, I don't want to necessarily have to do that on every single stop. So I'd rather, you know, have it where it works right on the front end, not the back end. I don't want to have to clean up a mess or have a mess averted because of some extra step. I want it to work from the start correctly, you know, as intended. If there's an unintentional issue, that's bad design. You got to cover those things, and you cover them here. So what I did is I tried to fake out the signal to the train LTN combinator here that it had indeed a stack. And I think I had something wired incorrectly because I was messing around with this here. So for example, I don't want to take the shaft. So let's say I was watching and observing, and I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 6, 7. When I put 7 in, it called the train, even though there wasn't a full 10 stack. So that's why I think I had some kind of wiring issue, because it was like 85 that was coming out of the combinator, and I'm like, well, 85 isn't a full stack. Why is it sending a train? So that leads me to believe that I had some kind of wiring issue, and I just have to, you know, kind of play with it a little more, you know. So that's the LTN hub 1.1, aka 2.0. It's not 2.0 yet. We're not ready for 2.0. So I'm really happy about it. It is slow as all get out because we have these little guys, you know, and they are, you know, one item at a time. And I don't have the yellow versions of these, so I can't do filter. And I have low throughput throughout the entire base. So that's the story on that. Okay, all that to explain our wonderful little project here. And I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with LTN. I'm really digging it. It is kind of tricky to get, you know, it's not that bad. It's just understanding, you know, what the signals do and all that, which there's good information out there, but not all information is exactly what I want. So I have to play around with it and get the information. I have to play around with it and figure it out. So, all right. I want to build something in this episode. I always want to try and build something. And what I think we'll start doing is we'll start working on this stuff here. I'm going to put a radar down so I can see what the heck's going on over here. And we can copy paste things and whatnot from here. So, because that's lacking there. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. I'll meet you up here. Oh, the other issue. Not only do I have a fuel thing I have to resolve, which I will. My little dinosaur diggers over here ran out of meat. So now I'm giving them guts. They're not eating very good over here. So I'm going to I have to figure out something. Because the only way I can get meat is by, well, I mean, I could do it up here. I have to get some kind of a meat producer. And these guys are just producing manure, right? So I'm thinking of taking some of these guys and making a breeder, you know, system like this. I'm going to have to use this system here for the food and all that. And I'm going to have to breed some augs and then chop them up and feed them to the dinosaurs. That sounds wrong. It's circle life, man. Circle of life. So I'm going to have to, you know, set this up here. I'm going to take this crap out of here. And I'd like to use the augs for power. That'd be fun. But they need food, too. I think the high-quality food would work. This could run all day. I don't care. Plastic. It would consume, you know, whatever. But I don't want to run something if I don't have to, though. Coal is cheap. So, yeah, I'm going to have to set this up. I think the augs would be a good, you know, good one because they only require, like, I have it set up here already. I can bring a train in here to pick up the meat. And then I can take the biomass that's extra. Well, meat and guts I'll deliver to them. And then, or just meat. Yeah, I think just meat. Because the guts, I'll just get rid of. It's easier to just deal with one thing. Because we'll get plenty of meat from the augs. And then I would take that stuff and shove it in over here. Oh, I changed this thinking... this doesn't run unless I do trains. But we're going to need the fish eggs for the little creatures, the mouses, I think. We'll have to see. But I have this case here, and it's only burning off the fish skin and the bones. I could use the bones for the bone meal, so I might. This might become a part of our thing over here, especially if we're consuming the eggs. We're gonna be slaughtering fish over here, and I can use the bones for sure. And whatever's left over, you burn off. So yeah, I'll probably have to do something over here with the augs and meat. So I'll work on that as well. Okay, I'll meet you up there. We'll start working on the. We'll start getting the framework in. Getting some things going. Next episode, we'll probably hit it really good. But I had to give you guys an update on what's going on here. The other thing, too, I don't know if I mentioned it. I do have to beef up some outposts here. I have to get this on multiple trains. TSM. I'll do this here. I'm going to put more now that I have trains automated. That's why I was holding off. Because it's such a pain to make a train, by hand. But you do it. And so I'm going to add some trains to this here, and tin. I'm going to need a proper yard here. So I'm probably going to have to do a yard down here and go up this way, or something. Because this isn't going to cut it here. I'm going to have to get more miners and all that stuff. So that's another side project. All right, let's get to work. Okay, here I am. Way up here. All lonely. I ran some power over here, and I put some initial rail in, and here's the thing, with this massive project, the worst thing you could do is not start. You gotta start, and no matter what happens, you can fix it later. Even if you can't fix it perfect, this is temporary. Everything is temporary in Factorio, okay, until it's permanent, So you just gotta start. I'm not worried about connecting the wires here. So now this ticks me off, so I got to do that. I don't know why it connects there when it's a ghost. What is it? Don't get me started on that one. All right, I'm leaving this in, and I'm leaving this in because they were keys. All right, so here's how we're gonna do this. The first part of this, what I want to do, okay. Let's pull a train up here. I should have brought my engineering train up here. We got to get the spacing. Well, this isn't going to be high throughput, but this is going to be the standard that we're going to be, going on. We're going to standardize this thing. Now, we already have the battery for this. So we're going to bring that in, drop it off. Or this one. Now, this thing is also going to pick up our Logistic science packs and bring them down to our base where everything is at. And we're going to redo that, segment there. And we'll manual that. Okay, that's about right. Now, I'm going to put in a length of rail here. So I have the key, basically the power pole and the signal as a key there. Because I got to pull this one out. Okay. Pull that one out. All right. Now, I'm going to pull the battery, or I'm going to do a loader over here for this. And then an unloader. And I don't like this, but I had to do it this way because of this here. Because this train and this train are kind of sharing. But I didn't like that. And I like to be kind of free with my rail here. So let's see. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Good. Okay, now let's get rid of this signal, and we're gonna go out that way. So it's gonna be a one way in, one way out. Okay, and we can use this for all of our stuff. So we have a signal here. And we have a signal there. And the chances, well, there's only going to be one train coming in and out of here. But what we'll do is we'll assume that there's going to be more than one train, because we can't assume that. Okay, so we have to chain this because the trains could be going. There's another train going to be coming this way. We have to chain that because it's a crossover. And this is a crossover as well, you know, these two. Now we have to just do that one and that one, because that's a, you know, a junction, and then we signal out. The signal here will cover this chain. So we got that. Now we could signal it here, and then that'll kind of make it a block, so the trains can move more freely. All right, now we just gotta get a requester stop in here. I made that already, and we're gonna back that baby up till the trains show where it's gonna be. All right, and then we're gonna use we'll use this guy here. We only need one inserter, and I'd like to use the wooden cases, but we're just gonna use these for now. And we'll limit that. Oh no, we're not gonna limit this because TSM, you know, we don't need to worry about that. And let's go ahead and put our combinator in for our TSM network and a decider. Oh, I have a 2. Good. Okay. Now we will take this and we're gonna copy that baby. I think I'm gonna put it over here. Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have a feeling, yeah, I guess we'll go there. I can always reposition that later. I'm just trying to get the rail in right now. We'll pull that up and bring it over. Okay. Boom. Now, on this side, so we're going to load the battery in here. And then over here, we're going to have the science packs, or the other ingredients, coming in here. So we got 4 of them. You know, however we're going to do that yet. You know, to be determined. So we'll do that. We'll put these in here for the heck of it. Might as well. And then this is going to be our output here. We can grab this whole thing. And now we'll have to do, let's see here. Let's see how this works. And, you know, we got this big, gigantic thing we got to deal with here. So, ooh, it might work. Oh, my gosh. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. So, it's going to be our output here. Oh, so what we could do is copy. We'll copy this here. Oh, you know what I forgot? Yeah, we got to go out, too. That would help. There you go. All right. And then we got to do this one, too. Okay. All right, let's grab this whole thing here. Plop that in. And this is going to be a point-to-point train, so we don't need to worry about anything. And let's make a stop. And plop the stop right there. And we are good. Take that out of there. Okay. So this will be our loader. We'll collect, you know, we'll just keep the science running. Oh, we can cap this as well. Hard cap it. I'll probably wire it, you know, for better control. I don't like capping chests. Well, let's just do it now. We'll do it now. We'll cap that. So what we'll do is, well, we can just enable, disable. Blacklist, waitlist. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do like, you know, 100 or something like that. There it is. It's under this. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, that's all good. Now, so we got our input and our output. Now, I don't know. I'm going to leave this rail the way it is because I'm not sure if we're going to go up further and over and down or up. You know, we want to leave our options open here. So we'll leave that like that. Otherwise, I just cut this off from here, and then it would just be boop, boop. Okay, cool. Now, what I was thinking about as I was preparing here. Oh, great. What's the worst one, you know? Or maybe what's the easiest one to do first, you know? Obviously, this is a nightmare here. And it looks like this one is the winner. We've got the lab equipment. and all this other jazz. Now I could build that straight up. It's pretty fast. But then again, I'm looking to break it apart, you know, and go sideways, and that way it's easier to manage, you know. So, and plus we're going to be bringing in a lot of raw materials. So yeah, it'd be kind of tricky. Well, I'm going to bring in one train, do multiple outputs, you know. So I'm going to run down there and I'm going to grab the blueprints there. I'm going to put a radar here. And there you are. That way I can come back up here and plop it down. So I'm going to go down there, grab that. We'll be back. Okay, here we are. So this is the one that's less machines, but it's going to require some goofy stuff like bones. And this one's going to require the petri dishes, and that's the bone meal. So bones with steam is bone meal. I guess it's extracting the bone meal with hot steam. So, and urea. So we're going to need other things here. We could produce the seeds, but the urea is something we're going to have to produce with the vrauks, or the augs. This is a smaller footprint of the build itself, but we're going to have to do other things. And those other things are going to be reliant on, let's see. Did I think, oh, here, this thing here. Now, what in the maybe I messed this up. Because this is a part of that, urea, and all this too. Or no, this is all together here, but we're requiring the petri dish, the incubated one, and then the mice, which is here. We have tree seeds and stuff. Oh, okay. You know what? This didn't require much seeds. Okay, well, we gotta start somewhere, and this is where we'll start. Let's do now. I think having this close to this here would be the way to go. This is going to be, well, this is our output here. And so we'll just have to get spacing, and we'll have to figure out how we're going to tie this all in. Now, we're going to have trains coming in to deliver this, potentially LTN trains. So what I want to do is spread this out. I don't want to get too close. So let's get the build, and then we'll get each, I guess we could do each separate build, and then we'll start to tie it in to this final part here, and then we can start to see the relationships of what is needed where. So we pull that one out. Now, Hellmod for this thing, for the lab equipment, the poor alien samples, I think it's called. And so we need one. Oh, we need an automated for that. Wait a minute. Why is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. Automated. Right. That's the thing. That. Yikes. Okay. So wait. I wanted to make sure I got the right count, machine count here. So we have 1, 1, 1, 2. Now I have matrix solver on this. So now the flowers are used elsewhere. And if we have to look at this side here, man, I'd love to download it. I think you could download this into maybe a spread. I don't know if you could do a spreadsheet or not. It'd be nice. That way I could get these things sorted out, you know. Flowers are going to be used for this. I know that. You know what? Did I break the food out? I don't know if I did. Let me see here. The aug food. Now. Yeah, see? The aug food I did not break out. Now, let's see how that changed. Now it's 4. See? I knew it. Yeah, so I was like, that's low for this amount. Now, we could expand it, but the problem is, you know, once you start it up, it's like, oh, no. Now you got to break things apart, and you're thinking you're building to suit. Okay, so that's helpful. Now, let's look at the seeds here, because, Here's seeds. Here's seeds. Now, are we outputting any seeds? Here it is, yeah. So we got that. Okay. So I think we're fine. And the seeds are pretty quick, as we found when we did the batteries. Okay, I think we're good. The incubated petri dish. Let's see. Let's make sure we have that broken out. No, yeah, okay, we got it. Okay, good. Okay, and then 0.02 for that. That's there. That's only used in one thing, which is the plasmids, so we're fine there. Okay, I think we're good now. Because now, why I'm doing that, because we have, this is the petri dish, the seeds here. The flowers are going to be here as well, so we can take care of all that. Now, LTN can pick the seeds and the flowers up, is what I'm thinking, because we're going to need that for the other stuff, the food, and I think the mice need some stuff too. Moondrops are another thing that, I mean, I could do a moondrop thing here. We just have to vent the formaldehyde or the methane, you know. I don't care about wasting it. I care more about just keeping it self-contained, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead. You know, let's build this here, and then we'll paste it over. So we know this is all one-to-one stuff. We got a soil extractor here. So we're gonna do. Let's get this guy right up close. Now I could go above it to keep this from getting too wide, is what I'm thinking. So let's do that. And then this needs the rich clay as well, and soil. So I'd rather do it like this, I think. And this, oh, well, this needs ash and water. And this needs the rich, or the soil. So let's go ahead, let's put, let's use these big boy inserters from now on. Ash, soil, water here. Okay, and then, let's do a soil extractor. I don't think I have one. Oh, dagnabbit. I need stone. All right. So I think I'll do this. Now, pull that up. Copy that. That there. Okay, there is that thing. This is going to go into here. Okay. We'll do this. Soil. And then we got our water inputs and stuff. You know, we can share. Do that. There we go. Cool. All right. So now, that covers the... Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, no. This goes here. Like that. The soil goes in here. Yeah. So this all goes together. So this one here is actually over here. I suppose we could do that. Oh. That there. And then we'll do something like this. Is that gonna be, well, rich, this is gonna be ash. So what we could do is just gonna underground it there. And we'll do that. Like that. Because this is pretty cheap stuff. I mean, it's urea, seeds, all that good stuff. Bone meal now. Oh, let's make sure. Oh, yeah, soil and the rich clay, and then that goes there. Ash is in. Okay. Let's make sure we mark this with ash. I should have copied that over. That way we don't forget. Okay. And then this one here is going to go on this side. Like that. Oh, let's grab this thing. We'll put our combinator back in. And then we'll use this guy here. Now, steam. We need steam here. Okay. Steam for that. Okay. Oh, and steam for this. So we have 3 steam opportunities. And so we'll leave this the way it is, and we'll see how everything plays out, and we'll do 1 steam generator for the whole, build. Yeah, we'll leave that there for now. Okay, because we have that. All right, cool. All right, so now we can move that out of there. All right, now, this monster here. Soil. Again. Now, can we... Well, I like this little guy. I like how this turned out. Oh, I forgot. How many? We need more. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta copy more of these. 4 of these. Rhodesia plantations. Yep. Yeah, we need 4 altogether. There we go. Good gosh, I need all that stuff. Okay, whatever. Well, at least I know. At least I've got this here. Now, the thing with this one is, this is going to have to be a trained item, because we're going to be going to all the different areas with the seeds and the flowers. And so we'll copy. Well, we'll get these over here. I'm going to move these over here because this is done. The steam, well, we got to hook the trains and stuff into it though. Let's make sure we have that there. I'm going to do just a row. And, oh, hold on a minute. So we got water. Ooh, that's a nice fit there. I like that. Okay, so let's get... come on, game. We'll go like that. And then we'll copy. And lo and behold, we got water on that side as well. Okay. Oh. We'll copy this. And I'll put this here for now. This is going to require... Well, it's going to be water as well. Soil. So we need another soil extractor. Can I make one? Oh. Why can't I make one? Well, all right. I'm going to go shopping. All right. I finally got all this crap. When I put the hub together, I kind of cleared my inventory out of certain things. And I'm like, oh, okay. I need those back. All right. So now all we got to do is throw a flower in this and we get seeds. And we got all the seeds you can ever imagine. And, oh, I need an electrolyzer. Oh, crap, ELE. That's under, here it is. We got that. I'm not worried about power. If I need more power, I punch more down. And we have a working, we have a system here that will kick power out the butt. I can expand this and still have more power. So look at what it's doing right now. We're at, 150 and we get the pops. Here, check it out. Look at this thing. 13 of these things. And that's 100 megawatts, let's say 100. And they're not always popping, see when they start working there. Yeah, we could have a power system just for that alone. But everything is power hungry in the pYanodons. They increased power. Because they knew this thing was crazy amounts of power. This is amazing, and I don't mind them increasing the power requirements of things. Yeah, so I'm not worried. I don't worry about power ever, and I'm not a power hawk. I'm under this school of thought of if I need power, I make more power. Let's see. We'll go like this. Oh, let's do this. I wish I could... Oh, wait, hold on a minute. That other mod, I still haven't found a use for it yet. I'm so used to using vanilla pipes, and I've gotten used to their limitations enough where I don't really need anything else. Vanilla pipes, I mean, they're so fun to work with, I think. That I just... I enjoy it. I enjoy trying to find out how to make this work with vanilla pipes. And the same thing without Bob's and adjustable inserters. I don't use them. I think it's more enjoyable trying to figure out how the hell to get stuff into these things, you know. And we got these enormous machines, so you don't need Bob's adjustable inserters for this kind of stuff. I think it's much more enjoyable. And this is just me. I don't care how other people play. Don't get me wrong. You know, play how you want. It's a sandbox game, and there's mods for a reason. But my thing is, I enjoy trying to, you know, put it all together, using as minimal mods as possible. Water trains, though, are a no-no. Now I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, but I want to make sure that we can get the inputs and outputs, because we need the soil and the seeds to kick back through here. Soil extractor. I think that, well, let's get the seeds figured out here. I know we need more. We need more of these than. So here is that. Now, we need to keep these as a priority here, and then we can kick them out. So, how are we gonna do this? Oh, maybe we do this down here. Like this. Yeah. And then we prioritize the right. And then this would go to the train. Let's get this guy out of here. Move it over there. And then we'll put a soil extractor here, which I have here. And then we'll go here. Yeah. And then we'll pull it down. And I'm going to do these here. That'll side load on that. The one side of the belt. And then these inserters will be on the other side. Oh, and then we have to... Oh, you know what we have to do? Soil. Maybe... I think I'm going to do it. Let's see. I want it in a column. Okay. This is what we do. I'm going to go like this, because we're going to have issues. There we go. If we put... I'm going to put 3 on there. If we put the soil on, then we got to filter the thing here. What's going to happen is it's going to cut off the seeds to the side, because I want seeds to go both ways. And this will prevent all that mess from happening. Then I don't have to use 2 splitters. We just use an underground and we're good to go. Okay. And then you need water. Oh, and you also need to be set. And we'll do that. There we go. Now it looks like, let's see, we're going to output flowers. And this needs flowers. So we're going to have to go down this side. And I'm liking this design so far. It's pretty cool. Nope, I'm out of belt. Oh, dear. Okay, let's ghost it in. Okay. And then, we're going to go like that. Or maybe we'll get back this up to there. Okay. And this machine's pretty quick. It's a 5.5 quick relative, but it's 5 ingredients in and 8 out. That's why we need to have all the inserters on there. And the priority, actually, I think I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna pull these up. Case. And someday we'll get better mini loaders. Gosh darn it. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that. Cool. And then the priority is... why does it always go the way I don't want it to go first, and I have to mess with it? faff about. Okay, and then we're going to limit this to there. That way we always have flowers for this. I'm not too worried about seeds because we have the priority, and this thing is quick. But you do have to have those flowers on hand, or else if you starve this out, if there's any issues with this, then it's going to starve out all of this. Okay, now these are very slow, even with all the modules, so we're safe to do this here, like that. Okay, and then we need inputs as well. That would help. And then we can shorten this belt. Hey, look at that. Boom, boom. And boom, boom. Okay, let's get the nanobots. We'll start putting those in there. Cool. Okay. Oh, and then the electrolyzer goes up here. And... oh, it'd be nice. Oh, if I flip these around. Yeah. Okay. So, hydrogen. This is going to go like this. Okay, there's the water. And I want the hydrogen to be here, and the electrolyzer, if I can find it, there it is, can go here. Let's set that up. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's saline water. We want that one. There we go. Perfect. And we need a pi vent. I don't know if I can make one. I can't. Oh, I can't. What do you know? Well, I can make something. There we go. That's awesome. Cool. Oh, and then we got a water input here, too. Go there. Yeah, it takes a lot of energy to bust apart a water particle, you know? Okay. That's our seed build. And that'll be for the entire network. And then we'll set up trains for that. Now, let's make sure we got everything here. We got everything there. Yeah. So we have to bring an ash train in here. Oh. Let's put this down here so I see them. There we go. Pull these out. All right, so we'll work on, in the next episode, we'll just keep chipping away at this. So we got to bring, ooh, flowers. So, this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to have a train. I might have to move this one up here. That way I can bring a train up this way, you know? And then we got the seeds that come in. We can belt those over, you know. And then we've got an ash train. And that's it. Yeah. So we have to deal with an ash train, a flower train, incubated petri dish. We'll see. We'll have to resolve the urea. Maybe that'll be next to this. We'll see. And then the bones. That's going to be something that's going to come from the augs way over there. So we might have to train the bones over. I don't mind belting bones because it's a low value item. It's chopping up something and we're just, you know. But it depends on how far it is. And I don't mind using trains to do things. We'll carry on with this. We got our loader and unloader done. That's progress. Hey, baby steps, man. This is a pretty intimidating build. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the reason it's intimidating is because we don't have a lot of the technology, you know, the mini loaders and all that stuff. And we're not outpost ready yet. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what's tricky about this. And you just got to chip away at it. Once it's running, you never look back at it until you rip it up. Hope you enjoyed the initial planning phase and the, you know, building phase here. We started it. And that's what's important. You got to start, and then things start to come together, and you start to flow it. I'm probably not going to do anything off screen. Next episode, we're going to get right to the building, because I want to get this up and running. I'll worry about outposting and doing all this other junk later. But once we fire this up, we got to have our trains ready, you know, all our stuff ready. And that is like what I'm talking about is quartz, you know, and all that. I have to add trains to the, well, it's really simple. I could probably add some trains to this here, real simple. Because we're going to need the flora for the you know, the batteries and this thing too. So I'll probably throw some trains on that, and then maybe I'll add some trains to the quartz outpost too. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the planning phase. We got a little thing, you know, a few things to do. Like I said, we're gonna move stuff around. Maybe reconfigure this a little bit so we can get a train up through here. In fact, let me move that now. Will you click? Gosh darn it. One. Let's go over here. And then that one here. I'll put it there so I can see it. There we go. So now I can bring in the flora, this, and maybe this. And we can belt this in. And we got the front open. We got the side open for this. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh, let's move this over here too. We'll put this up here as the reminder. And there we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this so far. Oh, and then we got this here. So what we could do, we can actually do this. We can belt this across here. Look at that. Kaboom. We can do this. The train can come in the side. Like that. And how much ash is this taking? Oh, wow. 25? There we go. Yeah. That's a lot of ash. Holy cripes. This thing's an eater of ash. Good. Soil. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, I like this better. And then we can pull up a train here. We can dump off ash. We can dump off all this mess. It's going to be tough. We'll probably have to do a train of ash, and we'll have to limit the train what it's dumping out, because I don't want a whole huge train of ash here. We got an ash train on the ready too. Oh, let's put this over here. We'll do it there, and then this one will go here now. Okay, I like this better. Yeah, see, it's, you know, we just got to move. Once you start putting things down, you start seeing the relationships and how inputs and outputs are going to interact and all that, so it's cool. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace out.